Hi. I literally have no idea how to start this video, so this is probably the best I'm gonna do. Well, hello everyone, it's your boy, Cheese and Crackers, slash that PlayStation nerd, slash the gaming critic, slash whatever kind of other YouTube names I can think of. Now, it has been a while since I have made some newer content, and honestly the reason why, it's basically because of mental health stuff. Now, I don't want to go too far into it. I have sort of made a little community post which I will leave down below in the description, or it'll probably just be hiding around somewhere. But regardless, yes, I am still here, and I'm taking things a little bit slow, one day at a time, just to see how things go. And as far as making content is concerned, I will be taking it a little bit slower than usual, just to sort of try and keep myself back to normal, just try to focus on one side of myself on the YouTube side, while on the other side just focusing on just things outside of YouTube, just stuff that I need to really focus on. But regardless, let's get on to the topic of the video. So there's a lot of hobbies that I've been really getting into myself over the years with video games and sports and wrestling and all that. But if there's one hobby that I love doing over the weekends, is collecting trophies, and more specifically platinum trophies. So as of right now, I'm on level 350. I have 3,221 bronze, 853 silver, 228 gold, and 38 platinums, which I know may not seem like a lot for some people, but to me, it's all about how much work you put into those platinums to get them. So I think, to me, those 38 platinums are special. And probably even once this video is uploaded, I probably have a few extra more added, but who knows. So for this video, just for a bit of fun, we're going to be going back to all the games that I've platinumed on. I'm going to be giving you my brief thoughts about them, on how I've progressed into getting that platinum trophy itself, and finally I'll be giving each platinum a score, not just how good they are, but for how hard they are. But in all seriousness, just based on its difficulty. And I'm assuming all of you knew that from the get-go. So with that being said, let's kick it off with my very first platinum that I ever got, all the way back a few years ago, probably when I was like maybe 17 or 18 or something, I don't know. And that game is Telltale's The Walking Dead. Yeah, we've all been there. Like, playing through Telltale games and just trying to get an easy platinum trophy. Tell Games is definitely the one for you. But in all seriousness, like every other Telltale game, it's very easy and simple. You know, you just play through the story, and then once you reach to the end, you'll get a platinum. There's really not much challenge at all, so like every single Telltale game, I'm going to be giving this one a 1 out of 10. And now, moving on to my first actual video game that I got a platinum on, and that would be God of War 3, the Remastered Edition. I had a lot of fun playing God of War 3, and as always, you know, playing through the old school Kratos of defeating all your enemies that stand in front of you, that's really, really cool. And as far as difficulty is concerned, I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10, and that's mainly because of the very hard difficulty. I had a lot of trouble going through this one back in the day, but I've done it. It was a struggle, but I completed it. Next up is Lego Marvel Avengers. I like Lego, I like Marvel, and if you put them together, then you get Lego Marvel Avengers, obviously. I will admit though, I did go through Lego Marvel Avengers without following a guide, so it did took me a bit of a while to do so, like trying to complete all the side missions and collecting all the gold bricks. I think that's what it is. I'm not really 100% sure. I haven't really played much Lego since that game, but all in all, I really enjoyed it, and I'll be giving this one a 4 out of 10. Next up is Heavy Rain. Now, this one is developed by Quantic Dreams and written and directed by David Cage. And for those who know about Quantic Dreams and David Cage, is they don't really focus too much on game, more rather than the story progression, rather than gameplay itself. I suppose it's okay, but if you're more into video games, then I suggest you probably look elsewhere. But Heavy Rain is a really good story. And honestly, all you just do is play through the story, and you go back to a few previous chapters, and you try to get those other trophies that you missed on. And once you get all the endings, then I'm pretty sure you will definitely get that platinum. And I'm going to be giving this one a 3 out of 10. Next up is Telltale's Game of Thrones, and yeah, just like any other Telltale game, it's a 1 out of 10. Next up on the list is the Ratchet and Clank remake, the 2016 version, I believe it came out. Not really the biggest fan of the game, but I did enjoy my time with it in terms of collecting trophies. This one isn't really too difficult, so I'll be giving this one a 3 out of 10. The next one on the list is probably my favorite platinum that I've done in a video game, and that would be Ratchet and Clank 3. I love Ratchet and Clank 3 as a kid, and just being able to finally go back and play through and platinum that game just sort of felt like an accomplishment to me. Oh yeah, and that was the PlayStation 3 edition, by the way. And honestly, just like any other Ratchet and Clank game, you just 100% it, go through all the collectibles, and you'll eventually get the platinum. And this one is going to be a 3 out of 10. Next up is Telltale's Minecraft Story Mode, and you know where we're going with this. It's another 1 out of 10. Next up is Skyrim, the PlayStation 3 edition, and I cannot begin to tell you how much hours I've put into Skyrim. Probably just as long as the amount of hours I put myself into the gym. It is just absolutely crazy. The amount of replay throughs, the number of different things that I've done is absolutely insane. But really though, in terms of difficulty, Skyrim isn't really a whole lot difficult. You know, you just sort of complete a few missions, the main missions, and just a few side things here and there, and then that's pretty much all done. And in terms of difficulty, I'll be giving this one a score of 3 out of 10. Next up on our list, it's Telltale's Batman, and I'll be giving this one a 1 out of 10. That's pretty shocking, I know. And I think that's the last Telltale game that I have on my list. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the last one. Next up on the list is Fallout 4, and really though, not really a big fan of Fallout 4, but in terms of trying to platinum the game, I suppose I enjoyed it, but it was a little bit grindy. And for that reason, I'll be giving the difficulty score of Fallout 4. No, not Thor, like Chris Hemsworth, Thor. I'll be giving Fallout 4 a score of 5 out of 10. And the reason why is because there was one trophy that I was literally stuck on for a few hours, and that was the trying to reach the maximum happiness of a settlement to 100%, and that was just an absolute killjoy for me. That's probably the real breaking point about Fallout 4 when it comes to Platinum Trophy, but once that's done, the rest was just an easy breeze. I'm literally going through the list of games that I've completed, and I'm sorry to say this, but there's another Telltale game that I have, and that's Telltale's The Walking Dead: A New Frontier. That's a 1 out of 10. Now I'm hoping, for the love of God, that's the last Telltale game. There's probably one around the corner, but I don't know, we'll just have to see how we go. Next up is South Park: The Fractured, but add a space there, whole. Honestly, this was definitely a better game than the previous South Park game in terms of gameplay wise. I really enjoyed it, and even going through the doing a couple playthroughs, one just a casual one, and I believe the other one is doing the hard difficulty one, which I'm pretty sure that's also a trophy to get as well. Yeah, I enjoyed my time with it. Platinum wise, it's a lot more easier than the Stick of Tricks, so the Fractured Butthole gets a 3 out of 10. Next up is Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy on the PlayStation 3 edition. I'm going to be honest with you, I never really played this game as a kid, but now being able to play it as an adult, the only thing I can think to myself is, where have you been all my life? This is a really good platform game. Yeah, it's short and simple, but honestly, it's just the small things about the Precursor Legacy that makes all the difference. And in terms of Platinum, it's super easy. You know, it only takes you a few hours, just 100% the game, and you're good to go. This game gets a 2 out of 10. Next up is Undertale, and to me, this is a once-in-a-decade kind of game, because for me, I feel like I'm not gonna have a much better experience and a much better detailed story than Undertale itself. It just brings me so much joy, happiness, sadness, anger, just different emotions all in one. And as far as difficulty is concerned when it comes to getting a Platinum Trophy, it's super easy again as well, so I'll be giving this one a 2 out of 10. And I am pretty sure that you don't have to complete the story to get the Platinum, but I really do highly recommend you play through the story towards the end, because again, Undertale is such a great game. Next up is Rocket League, and much like with Skyrim, I did remember putting in a lot of time into Rocket League. And in terms of getting the Platinum Trophy itself, I think it really depends on your skill levels, because there's quite a few online trophies that you have to get, a lot of difficult ones, like getting a hat trick or winning a match with 5-0 or something like that. I don't know, but I guess it really just depends how far you're willing to put yourself into Rocket League if you want to get a Platinum Trophy or not. So in terms of difficulty, it's a 4 out of 10. I honestly do not know. So I thought we were done with Telltale, but there's one more. Batman: The Enemy Within. I thought we were done. So it's a 1 out of 10. There's probably going to be another one on the horizon. I don't know. Maybe I should just get Telltale Platinum Trophies from now on. I don't know. Next up is another Ratchet & Clank game called Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus, depending on your region. And again, I find this one very enjoyable, criminally underrated Nexus is. And as far as Platinum's concerned, I did remember having to do multiple playthroughs in order to get the trophy. And I think that is mainly because I had to max out all of my weapons. But yeah, another simple, easy Platinum, 3 out of 10. Next up on our list is Fallout 3. Now, I do remember getting the Platinum Trophy on this one, but I don't remember the journey of how I got the Platinum Trophy. Which to me is a bit strange, but I don't know, maybe it's because I just don't really enjoy Fallout 3 as much as other people, but I am assuming that it is another simple, easy Platinum, side missions, main missions, story, do all these things here and there, and a few DLCs as well, and then you'll eventually get it. And in terms of difficulty, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10. Next up on our list is Minecraft for the PlayStation 4, and yeah, I honestly have no shame in Minecraft. I love playing it. I really do enjoy the creativity of being able to go out there and just being able to build whatever you want. That's really awesome. I would have not gotten the Platinum Trophy if it wasn't for my sister, so shout out to her for that. Teaching me just all these different types of techniques and how to get to the Ender area, like the final boss type of thing, like Ender Dragon. I think that is called. I think that's what it's called. I am pretty outdated with Minecraft, I'm sorry. In terms of difficulty, yeah, very easy, 2 out of 10. Next up on the list is Medieval for the PlayStation 4. Now, honestly, I haven't had the chance to play the PlayStation 1 version, but after hearing about the remake coming out and so many people were really loving the PS1 version, I did decide to try the PlayStation 4 edition, and yeah, I had a lot of good time with it. And I do remember some parts being a little bit tricky, and again, that is because I don't usually follow a guide when it comes to Platinum Trophies, but yeah, I do enjoy my time with this one. A little bit tough, but I find it okay, so I give this one a 4 out of 10. Next up is South Park: The Stick of Truth, and I'm going to be honest with you, the Platinum was absolutely tough, and the main reason is because of trying to friend every character in South Park and trying to get all the clothes and the weapons and the armor, because they are very missable. Like, if you miss at least one thing, then you might as well just either restart to the previous load or just restart the whole game all over again. But it's not too bad, I suppose. I mean, the game is only 8 hours long, like, in story-wise. So, I mean, I guess it's not too bad, but it was an absolute bitch to complete, so I'm going to be giving this one a 6 out of 10. Next up is Spyro the Dragon, the first of the trilogy of Platinums that I've got when it comes to Spyro. With this one, it was super easy. Like, honestly, I find myself just completing the game within 4 hours and then ending up getting the Platinum within just one day. It is really super easy for me, so I'm going to be giving this one a 2 out of 10. Next up is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Now, in terms of remakes, this wasn't exactly my favorite one, but I mean, I do like Battle for Bikini Bottom, so I guess this has a soft spot in my heart. And in terms of getting the Platinum, I suppose the only difficult trophy that I got was probably trying to get all the shiny objects so I can sell them to Mr. Krabs in order to get a golden spatula. I mean, fuck, like, Mr. Krabs is such a greedy asshole, but, I mean, other than that, you know, Platinum was okay. I'm giving this one a 4 out of 10. Next up is Detroit Become Human, another game based off of Quantic Dreams and David Cage. This one's probably my favorite one out of the bunch, but although when it comes to gameplay, it's not exactly saying much. And again, much like with Heavy Rain, you just go through the story, replay some of the chapters on the ones that you miss, and, you know, you just keep on getting all those other trophies depending on what you selected, and you'll eventually get it. 2 out of 10. Next up is Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy, this time on the PlayStation 4 edition rather than the PlayStation 3, and honestly, if it's an easy one to get on the PS3, then why not get it on the PS4? And again, same opinion, added to here, 2 out of 10. Next up is Spyro 3: Year of the Dragon. This was my first Spyro game that I ever got to play, and probably the only one that I played as a child. And for me personally, in terms of nostalgia, this is the only one that I have nostalgia with when it comes to Spyro. So I kind of did know the layouts of where the eggs were and some of the mini games, so this wasn't exactly too much trouble for me. So I'll be giving this one a 2 out of 10 as well. Next up is Cars 3: Driven to Win. It's okay. It's an okay racing game, especially for someone who wants to start out racing games but they don't know which one to play. Then this one is a good start for them. And in terms of difficulty for Platinums, not gonna lie, it's probably the easiest Platinum that I ever got. And I think that's mainly because this game is just super easy to complete. Like, just dead on, super easy to complete. So I suppose with that said, I'll be giving this one a 1 out of 10. Next up is Spyro 2: Ripto's Rage / Gateway to Glimmer. This is the final of the Spyro trilogy that I got the Platinum on, and this is probably the toughest one that I've done when it comes to getting a Spyro Platinum, and that's mainly because I don't know too much of the layouts within Spyro 2, so I wasn't exactly 100% sure where everything is and where all the mini games were, but you know, it's another one of those really good Platinums that you just want to keep coming back and replaying to make sure that you want to put all your hard work and effort into it in order to get the Platinum. So for this one, I'm giving this one a 4 out of 10. Next up is Ghost of Tsushima, and this one, probably one of my favorite games of all time. Like, probably in my top 5 favorite games. That's how good it is. And because of how good it was, of course, I needed to do everything that I can to get a Platinum trophy, and I managed to do so. Well, almost got the Platinum until I realized that I missed out one side quest that didn't trigger it in my main menu, so I had to literally go online and check out all the different kind of side quests that I missed out on, and then sort of once I figured out which one that I missed, I went back to that area and I completed it and got the Platinum. But I will admit, it was pretty challenging right from the get-go, so I'll be giving this one a 5 out of 10. Next up is another one of my favorite games that I got a Platinum on, and that would be Persona 5 Royal. I'm not 100% sure that I'll ever get a Platinum on the original Persona 5, but at least I can go on and say that I've got a Platinum on Persona 5 Royal. This one's a lot more of an easier version than the original. Play through the story, do a few things here and there, and then you're pretty much good to go. So I'll be giving this one a 3 out of 10. And continuing on with Persona 5, the next one is Persona 5 Strikers. It's a little bit more of a difficult one than Persona 5 Royal, but honestly, the end result is still the same. Play through the story, do a few things here and there, and you'll eventually get it. The hardest one for me was the one where I had to try to level up to level 99. That was a little bit of a grind, I'll admit, but it's pretty okay, so I'll be giving this one a 4 out of 10. Next up is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I had a lot of fun with this because me and my partner, we would sit down and we would just play through the game, and you know, the best parts was every time Groot says something like Groot's, then we will both copy it back to it. Like, it was just hilarious shit to me. I played through the game twice, one just for the story and the other just to get the Platinum, and yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed my time with it, and I'll be giving this one a 3 out of 10. Next up on the list is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Now this is the first platinum that I got on the PlayStation 5, so I guess it sort of holds a some sort of like historical history monument statue or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I am pretty sure you can get the platinum all in one go, except for one trophy, but I think you can get that other one trophy maybe like 5 minutes into the second playthrough. Again, not 100% sure, but I do remember that was an easy one, so I'll be giving this one a 2 out of 10. Next up on our list is the Elder Scrolls Skyrim on the PlayStation 4. And again, my feedback from earlier is exactly the same as the PS4 version, so I'll be giving this one a 3 out of 10, and don't be surprised if I end up getting the platinum on the PlayStation 5 edition. The next one on the list is quite possibly one of the hardest platinums that I ever got in my entire life, and that would be Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. And the reason why is because with this one, yes, I was following a guide with this one because, to be honest, I don't think I'll be able to get all the collectibles in one go. So I was playing through the game, near to the end game, got my last collectible, at least I thought I did, but it turns out I was missing at least one more collectible. I was literally going through the entire areas to make sure, like, did I miss anything? Was there something that I accidentally missed out on? And it turns out that the final collectible that I missed out on was inside the daycare center itself, and I know for a fact that once you leave that daycare center for the first time, you can't go back into it. But thankfully there is a glitch that you can go back into it, so I ended up going back into it and getting the last collectible itself, which is great for me because I don't have to replay the game again. That's all good. But then we get to another difficult part. So I wanted to get the platinum trophy where I had to defeat all the animatronics, and so I defeated my final animatronic, which was Chica, but the trophy never popped up for me, which was weird. All the other trophies did, but not this one in particular. And then I later found out that the reason why is because I need to have the latest patch, which at the place I was living in at the time did not have any internet whatsoever, so it was very, very, very difficult for me. So I had to use my hotspot on my phone to connect it to the PlayStation 5 and be able to download the latest patch. And once I did that, I had to load to my previous save and defeat Chica one more time, and then finally, after a grueling session, I finally got the platinum. It was an absolute bitch. This one gets a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7, I don't know, but I'm never gonna touch that game ever again, that's for damn sure. Next up on the list is God of War, the PlayStation 4 edition. I'm pretty sure it's either God of War or God of War 4, depending on how you want to go with it, but this one I absolutely loved, especially when Kratos kept saying boy to Atreus all the time. The only really difficult parts was the Valkyries, especially the last one, because that one probably took me at least a couple of hours to really defeat that final Valkyrie. But yeah, it's another very simple, easy platinum, I suppose, so I'll be giving this one a 4 out of 10. And finally, the last and final platinum that I've got so far is a more recent release, and that game is called Stray, which is a game that I'll be talking about in depth in a later time. But yeah, Stray is a very easy platinum. I managed to get it all within one day, play through the story, get the collectibles, and then once you've done all that and finish the story, then you have to do a 2-hour speed run, complete the game under 2 hours, which I thought it was going to be difficult at first, but really wasn't that bad. I managed to complete it within 1 hour and 32 minutes, so I mean, the game definitely allows you for some hiccups here and there, but honestly, it's really not that bad of a platinum to get. So I'll be giving this one a score of 2 out of 10, and that concludes all of the games that I've platinumed on throughout my timeline. I thank you all for watching this video, and if you did enjoy this video, then make sure to leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on those notifications so you do not miss any single video that I post, and be sure to comment down below on how many platinums you have, what was the easiest one, and what was the most difficult one that you've done. And as always, I thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.